the sports on Prime. I'm Gary Al Smith, and today we have news from the national team, the Black Stars, also Champions League news, and some very interesting scorelines, and some you would not have seen coming. Thank you for your time. So in the wake of the dropping of the Appiah brothers and the maintenance of Asamoah Gyan in the latest Black Star squad, there have been questions about whether there has been some influence where it's come to the dropping of the Appiah brothers or having Asamoah Gyan in. And according to former Kosoko boss Isaac Opele Boateng, selection of national team players is the sole responsibility of Akwesi Appiah.
Well, you know, Akwesi Appiah was tasked to build a team for 2019 AFCON. And so to me, he sees that he's giving everybody the chance to come in and play. It's all about team building. You know, team building is not only about performance on the pitch, it's psychological, it's about spirit, unity, and the rest. So anytime that the coach feels like bringing in someone or taking out someone, nobody can question him. Same thing happened to Ajimambedu and Wakasu, and I know they will still come back. KP Boateng is in top shape in Germany, and I know when the coach deems it fit to bring him, he will come in. So the DIU and Jordan issue should not spark any controversy. It should just be seen as a normal football dropout, so that in the future, if the coach wants them to come in, they can come in. You and I, or everybody knows that the DIU and his brother are fantastic players who can make any difference in any game at any given time. But it's always about the prerogative of the coach. We can all remember Yaya Toure and the coach Pep Guardiola at Man City, but it's the coach's decision, so we need to leave it like that.
So we also spoke to a couple of sports journalists on their thoughts on the exclusion of the Appiah brothers.
Well, I think that, first of all, it didn't come to me as a surprise, especially judging from what happened in the game against the double-header against Congo. You know, when we were leaving to Congo, the two players refused to travel with our team, and they gave different excuses as to the reason why they were not able to join the team to Congo. And I think that a lot of Ghanaians didn't really believe the reasons they gave, and we also on social media and other platforms the kind of comments people were giving. So I believe that first of all, their non-inclusion in this particular squad did not come as a surprise to me, judging from some of the things that happened in the game. And also, you know, when we played in Kumasi, we had Jordan, we had Asamoah, and we couldn't win. And when we went to Congo and the players without Dede and Jordan were able to win against Congo, that margin, I think that a lot of people believe that without them, the team could do well.
I don't think there should be any reservations about the fact that some players have been dropped from the team. It happens quite often. Players come in and they go out, depending on the kind of formation or tactics that the coach wants to play. And in this scenario, if it had been Thomas Japan, nobody would have complained. They dropped Wakasu, nobody had complained. Ajimambedu has been out of the team despite playing for his club side. Nobody has complained. So I don't see why there should be a fuse about the fact that Andre Ayew and his brother Jordan Ayew have been dropped. Nobody has a birthright to the national team. Players will be dropped, players will come back. If they think that they deserve their call-up, they should keep on playing better for the coach to invite them. At this point, they are equally important and equally qualified players for the team. It depends on the coach. If you want to see the coach calling the shots, that is why we've always complained about that local coaches do not have the balls to call the shots. Calling the shots means trying to, in a way, change your team when it deserves. I don't see anything with the coach dropping the two players.
There'll be more on this on the football show at 10:30. However, time now to update you on the Champions League, and there's goals, goals, and goals. Starting from Group A, where we have 9 goals so far. FC Basel are hammering Benfica by 5 goals to 0. Manchester United are continuing on their, recent behavior of scoring 4 at an average. Romelu Lukaku getting 2 goals. Anthony Martial getting 1, Henrik Mkhitaryan also getting the other. 4-0 in Russia. Anderlecht are losing 2-0 to Celtic. 1 goal scored by Celtic and another own goal. Paris Saint-Germain are beating Bayern by 3 goals to 0. Bayern Munich are being very, very indisciplined. They've had 5 yellow cards so far, and PSG have had just 1 yellow card. So the goals have come from Dani Alves, Edinson Cavani, and Neymar. So it's 3-0 in this game. And Carlo Ancelotti, who was asked before this game whether he was worried about his job, he said no, he really should be worried about his job right now. If we go to Group C, we see Roma have beaten Karabakh by 2-1. Karabakh scoring their first goal in the history of the Champions League. Atleti and Chelsea at the moment, Antoine Griezmann got a penalty and converted. That was from a foul from David Luiz. Also, Alvaro Morata equalized. Juventus 2-0 Olympiacos, and that's a score we are also looking at the moment. Gonzalo Higuain with one of the goals. Barcelona, through an own goal, are leading against Sporting Lisbon.